Hi everyone, and welcome to another video from DisplayRepair.com. In this video we'll be talking about how to drive safely in fog and give you a few tips regarding that topic that may come in handy. So stay tuned. DisplayRepair.com. Be sure to visit us at our website DisplayRepair.com, where you can find more useful car and driving tips. As a sort of disclaimer before we start, I would like to say that the tips that we're mentioning come from personal experience. In my country, during the autumn and winter, we have lots of dense fog which, believe me, sometimes disorients even an experienced local driver. These tips have served me well over the years, helped me stay safe, and I hope they will help you too. For professional advice on how to drive in fog, you should ask an authority in driving, perhaps a driving school, for instance, a professional driver, or else. Driving slowly is the #1 rule for safe driving in fog. Since visibility is limited, sometimes to a couple of dozen meters, the reaction time is seriously reduced. Added to this, it's not uncommon for another car, tractor, cyclist, a stray animal, or else to suddenly materialize in front of you from the fog. When you're driving slowly, you stand a very good chance of avoiding an obstacle and a possible accident, but if you drive fast in fog, it's almost imminent that something bad will happen. No matter how much a hurry it is, always have in mind that fast driving in fog is very dangerous and you're putting yourself and others at great risk. After slow and cautious driving, making yourself visible on the road is the next important tip. The best way to make yourself visible while driving in fog is use fog lights. Using fog lights will ensure that you're much more visible on the road, especially during a night drive. They're made to shine brighter, and once you turn them on, you can be seen from a much further distance than with the normal low beams and rear position lights. For less thick fog, you can perhaps use just the front fog lights. Using the rear ones in this situation may seriously distract the driver behind you, as they are very bright. Have this in mind if you're in heavy traffic and there's a car constantly behind you. But in thick fog, be sure to use both the front and rear fog lights. Use low beams. By default, you'll use the headlights, namely the low beams combined with the fog lights. Avoid using high beams, as there will be almost no use from them. If you do use them, as you'll see, you'll just get a blurry white curtain of fog in front of you, making visibility much worse than with the low beams and fog lights. On lots of cars you can't even do this, since the high beams automatically turn off the fog lights when you switch them on. Use hazard lights. For driving in thick fog, you can even use the hazard lights. Turn them on while driving and leave them on until the visibility is better. Since they cause serious distraction to other drivers, I would recommend using them only when the visibility is seriously reduced, like to a couple of meters. While driving, keep a safe distance from the car in front of you. This is a golden rule while driving in any condition, but it goes double for driving in fog, especially a dense one. The moment you see a car in front of you while driving through fog, adjust your speed or slow down so you can make a safe distance. This distance will give you enough time to react if the car in front of you suddenly starts braking, which can often happen while driving in fog. Sudden obstacles are also much easier to avoid when driving slowly. One last tip for the end. If the fog is very dense, try to avoid driving altogether if possible. If it's not an emergency or you can postpone the trip, especially a longer one, do so and save yourself from the ordeal. Driving in fog demands extra caution, you're tense all the time. This is very tiresome and will cause fatigue and weariness, especially during a longer drive. No need to say how dangerous this can be. So that's it for this time. Hope these tips for driving in fog help. Please like and subscribe, it's a huge help for what we're doing. Thanks for watching and thanks for your time.